Welcome, Sagittarius. This is your weekly focus for May the 7th through to the 13th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now, let's turn to the cards and find out what they reveal to us about the energy that surrounds us and how we can use it in a positive light to go forward on our path. And we have the Eight of Swords. Wow, your perceptions are changing. Most definitely, your perceptions are changing. You're seeing where, yeah, meditate. Everybody's getting this, okay? We are in full moon energy all week. So it doesn't surprise me that everybody's getting this energy of not trying to rush into something new, not starting something new, but rather reflection, prayer, meditation, thinking things through, making the plan. And with you, it's a change in perception of where you are putting your energy, your focus, your time, where you think you were painted into a corner and how you can actually maneuver your way through now. Okay, at first we look at this and we look like we are tied up, we are surrounded by swords, the castle is in the distance behind us, we're not even faced in the right direction, we're blindfolded, but our feet aren't bound. And if we move a little bit, well, we might nick ourselves. We might get a small cut on our foot as we kick around and find out that those swords in the ground really aren't in the ground that deep. And we could easily use them to cut our binds, our bound, while we're bound. And once our hands are free, we can remove the blindfold and we can turn around and we can see there was never any swords behind us. And we're closer to the castle than we think. The fog will lift, the clarity will come in. And no, maybe not this week, but next week we have all this new energy coming in. We have the new moon. We have the sun moving signs. We have Mercury moving signs. We have Mars moving signs. We have Uranus moving signs. So a whole new world of possibilities will move in. So the more that we allow ourselves to look inwardly, okay, because when we're blindfolded, it's telling us to pay attention to our intuition, our higher wisdom, that will lead the way. King of Pentacles, tried and true. Don't try and be unique and different and tried and true. Something that's worked before will work again. Something that probably has failed before will probably fail again right now. Take the slow and steady path towards your abundance, your dreams, your goals. One step at a time. I know we wanted it all yesterday, but it will take time. So there's a patience that's needed here. And a patience brings in the true abundance, not just a part of what could have been. We have the Emperor. Plan, 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 and plan. The Emperor is our planner. He is one of our strongest diplomats in the deck. He is one of our strongest intuitives in the deck. He seeks out the answers. He looks at the possibilities. He comes to conclusions, and then he doesn't hope. He doesn't wish. He doesn't dream that everything will become tangible, that the goals will be met, that the battles will be won. He knows it. He's put the plan in place. He's thought about the different possibilities, the different angles. Once again, we're changing our perspective. We have a new sense of clarity, a new understanding that we are going to be walking into. The more we think about things this week of the new path that we want to step into, what we want to have in our life when it comes to abundance and happiness and joy and stability, as next week comes around and the planets start to move, we've thought through all these scenarios, we've investigated, we've researched, we've understood what will really throw our lives out of balance and what will bring in balance, so that we are ready to move, we are ready to plant those new seeds. Our overriding energy for the week is the Ace of Swords, and whenever an ace appears, that means that this new path is about to show up in your life, but not yet. This is taking your wishes, your dreams, your desires, and shooting them to the heavens. It's knowing that your messages will be taken up and received. It's believing in that. It's expecting the return, the full return. So this is about dreaming. This is about, yeah, I'm going to say new moon affirmations and a full moon, of imagining where you can go, of who you can become, of what you can be, of where you can make a difference in the world. As an overriding energy, there could be this aha moment, this epiphany, this opportunity shows up out of nowhere, a new idea comes to you. Expect it. You overhear a conversation that just triggers something inside, and get a pen and a paper, write it down, please, okay? Our underlying energy is the King of Swords. So even if we're making these little flash decisions just to get it out of the way, and we look back 5 years from now and go, wow, that was like a major decision. I didn't even know it. That's how I ended up here. Be very careful about what you are committing yourself to, what you are signing up for, where you pledge your allegiance. Hopefully it's to yourself and your path forward. He's ready to knight you. He's asking you to step forward. Make sure that you're using the energy of the Emperor, of the King of Pentacles. Yes, even the Eight of Swords. What you say yes to this week, you might regret next week. Unless you have really thought it through. Unless you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's the right move for you. Don't make a major decision this week. Don't step into that. You can write down the commitments you want to make to yourself, the new seeds you want to plant, absolutely. Don't join any crusades for anything. Somebody wants to, all of a sudden have a walkout, or, think it through. Am I really behind this? Or you start planning something like that. Back it up a little bit. Think about long term. Is this the path that you want to walk? Because this is almost like a formal declaration. Once you say it, you can't come back. Once you say yes. So be careful, even if it's for little things, just to get them off your plate, okay? We want to think it through. I mean, full moon energy is all about completion and endings and closure. So we want to make sure that we are closing the right doors for the right doors to open for us as well. We just don't want to go around slamming doors, saying that energy's gone, that energy's gone, that energy's gone. Because it may be something that we need going forward on our path. Now, everybody has gotten 2 cards for job, career, relationship. So we're just going to keep it going here. Look at this. We got the Queen of Cups with the 10 of Swords. Well, now. Love yourself. Be true to yourself. Respect yourself enough to make sure that others respect you. If you don't love yourself, if you don't respect yourself, don't expect anybody else to. They can't. They can't any more than you. Just like you can't love or respect anybody else more than you love or respect yourself. See your abilities, your talents. And have you been hiding them? Because, the 10 of Swords here says that you've gone through quite a few lessons to learn just how creative or talented or how special and unique your abilities are. What you can do that nobody else can. And you've been taught it and retaught it. And now it's time to own it and take it forward. To step into what you want. To gain the abundance that you probably crave with these 2 cards together. Watch ego, okay? Ego's the one where the sword landed you down again. took you down. And it's very easy to allow ego. We start getting this run of good luck and things start happening and we start thinking, oh yeah, I'm special, I'm great, I'm wonderful. And that's when you crash and burn. You go, what happened? Instead of saying, this wonderful thing is happening to me, and how do I expand on that and create the world I want, and the dreams I want, and the path I want, and make not only my life better, but everybody else's life in the process. You know, you make bracelets and you feel all ashamed because you have to charge for it, and they're kind of expensive to make, and you don't want to charge for it, and how dare you? You have a talent and ability, something somebody else couldn't do. They want to thank you by purchasing it, and they know the value of it because it's going to lift them up. It's going to make them feel special. Start appreciating you for who you are, your talents, your abilities, what you can do that no other can. And you've gone through lessons to teach you this with the Ten of Swords here. I usually don't get this for the Ten of Swords, but I'm getting this loud and clear. It's time to really take ownership of who you are and walk with your straight, shoulders back, chin out, proud of who you are. And go out there and conquer the world, for goodness sakes. Relationships, look at that, the Sun card comes out again with the Queen of Wands. Well, if you were to meet somebody this week, chances are you'd go on the adventure of a lifetime. And they would worship the ground you walk on, I'm telling you. Now that just might be a very short-term thing to point something out, something about you out to yourself. Or it could just be a magical whirlwind for the rest of your life. But the Queen of Wands is your second card. It's stop hiding parts of yourself. You know, Saturn being in your sign last year and the year prior, and Pluto had come through your sign as well, not too much before that. It really made a lot of the Sages, depending on when you were born, what part of the path you were on, have to mature and lose their fun side a little bit and push it down. And I think these two cards are saying, hey, you need to embrace the beautiful you again. To be 110% in a relationship again. To experience love again. The way you experience love, with excitement and journeys and travels and joy and learning experiences. And it's time to love you again. It's time to take all that you have learned and take that little grain of maturity that came over the last probably 5, maybe 10 years of your life, and celebrate who you are. The journey, the excitement, the fire about you. In some ways, I get where you could have taken a back seat when it comes to relationships and let other people shine and not show your true self. Hide your true self in some way. And now's the time for you to regain that beauty about you. And this could be a love relationship, a soulmate. It could be a parent or a child or a sibling or somebody in the workplace or a best friend. See the beauty of who you are. Bring it back out again. Start manifesting that child inside of you again, because you are going on an incredible ride, or you could go on an incredible journey. When it comes to just loving life itself, loving yourself, loving others. There's like this new passion boiling inside of you, or a passion that has somewhat tempered a little bit and rising to the surface once again. For your spirituality, we have the Nine of Wands. So you've learned tarot cards with your spirituality. You might have attended a church or a synagogue or a place of worship of some kind when you were a child, and that formed your spirituality. You could have gotten into astrology, reading tea leaves, runes. You could have went to the darker side. That taught you even more about your spirituality, informed you even more. And it's like now you are stepping into this new path when it comes to your spirituality. And it's a blend, it's a melting pot of everything that you have learned, and it comes together and it gives you this new strength and this new path to walk when it comes to your spirituality. A new day is rising behind you, and you're still in the shadows here. So I don't think it's going to be like this week, but you feel it all coming together. You're taking what fits with you for each of your journeys through spirituality, and you are making a clear picture in your mind of what it is to you. And spirituality is a very, I think, unique and personal experience. My definition of spirituality would probably not be yours, nor anyone else's. And this is, when you tap into this new level of spirituality that you are starting, you're starting the path, or you are ready to start the path. It's like you're enlightened in some way, or you can tap into your intuition easier, or your higher wisdom that much easier. It really moves you into probably a very fabulous path going forward. Health and well-being, the World card. Okay. How fitting. How fitting is this? Because next week, Uranus and Mercury are, and we have the new moon, and the sun will still be for part of the week in Taurus, which is your sign of health and fitness and well-being. And here we have the World card, the end of the road. Okay, when we hit the 21, we go back to the 1 in the tarot, the 0 in the tarot, which is the Fool. We start a brand new path, a brand new journey. So you are ready to really change it could be your entire lifestyle. What you eat, what you drink, where you partake, where you allow stress to come into play more than a positive outlook, or your sleeping patterns, your eating patterns. It's all getting a makeover. It's all getting a makeover. So it's really, you're in a period of transition. I mean, you are looking at what really needs to end in my life. Is it going through the drive-through way too often, or drinking too much coffee, or maybe we too much alcohol, or maybe we partake in illegal drugs, or maybe we overeat, or maybe we don't eat enough. Maybe we just don't eat enough of the things that we should be eating. Maybe we're not exercising enough, or we need to expand what we do for staying in shape, staying fit. So get ready, buckle your seatbelts for a brand new ride into really looking at your health, your well-being in a whole new way. And, this energy is the beginning of 8 years, because Uranus will be in this house for 8 years. So take a snapshot of yourself this week and kind of write down, your routine of, I eat breakfast, this is what I eat for breakfast, or I skip breakfast. I might, eat over the sink for lunch or supper, or I go through the drive-through 3 times a week. Do a diary of this week for yourself, okay? And you will be amazed in a year, 5 years, 8 years down the road, how dramatically you've changed your lifestyle. And this is the beginning point. This is changing seasons. This is stepping into a new way of actually living. And so don't expect everything to change all at once. It'll be gradual, it'll be slow, but you are thinking about it. So once again, we've got that meditation, we've got that reflection of what we want to change in our life when it comes to our health and well-being, and where we see ourselves a decade from now. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.